Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a fifth grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTC TV and let us help you show the world your events.
I guess it helps if I hit that button. Hello, everybody. Welcome to GT Champions once again. Whew. It's finally here. It is the last round of the qualifiers to see who is going to end up in the last 7 spots of Lobby 1 for their first round starting August 3rd. So this is our 3rd weekend of qualifiers. And, man, there's been some really good racing. We've got drivers that have missed the first race and had to go through the semifinals to get back to this point. We had others that won their first races and then finished in the top of the class in the second heats and got an automatic pass through into well, you know, I'm just going to bring it up here. So on July 6th, all the top 5 drivers from each of the heats that we ran ended up in finals heat 1 the following weekend. That's there at the top middle of your screen. And the top 8 of those went straight through to start Lobby 1 when we start on August 3rd. Then everybody else that either missed the first July 6th race on the far left side of the screen, anybody who either missed it or finished outside of the top 5 all went to the semifinals. Then we had 2 different heats there, and the top 4 each of those got to come to today's event. Whereas the bottom 7 from the finals heat 1 and the top middle went also to this heat. So this is where we are. We now have the top 4 from the 2 semifinals and the bottom, which was only actually one person, from the finals heat 1. So here we are. It's July 20th, and it is all of them. They're here. There are 11 of them available today. Only the top 7 will move on to Lobby 1. The rest will end up in Lobby 2, and that is just how it is. So if they didn't show up, they're still going to be in Lobby 2 because they earned their way through to at least that point. So, yeah, it's going to get exciting, folks. It's going to get a lot of fun. Going to get a lot of fun? Yeah, I don't know what it is. But anyway, everyone's fighting to get bragging rights and this really nice winner's coin for whoever wins the series, right? So August 3rd, we start the first round. We got 6, I forget how many rounds there is already. I think it's right on, it's 6 rounds. Sorry. Running 2 different things going on. Like we're running these ones, and then we're also running the GT3 Open right now in iRacing, and that one's 8 rounds, and I keep getting the 2 into the numbers back and forth, so it's a tough one. But anyway, so that happened last weekend here. We started in COTA, and that was a fun race. 29 cars on the track. And this coming weekend, next weekend rather, we'll be in Chicago for the following round. We skipped this weekend because of the Spa 24-hour race in iRacing, so we're going to give everybody a break, go participate in that, and then we'll be back. I may or may not be able to broadcast on that weekend because I will be out at a racetrack, but I'm going to try to do one from there. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, don't forget, coming up this week, there's still some stuff you can do in Gentleman's GP, so keep an eye out on that. And I do believe we have a Midweek Madness coming up this week after the the Gran Turismo 7 update, which comes out on Tuesday night, Wednesday. And nobody knows what it's going to be yet, so you'll just have to be surprised. That's just how it's going to have to go. All right, we're going to go ahead and start the qualifier for the drivers. We're running just a second late. Hang on 1 second. All right, we're starting the qualifier now. We're going to let the drivers get on out there and get some driving going. Welcome everybody who is watching. I see Fry's here, Nav's here, Ricardus is here. Nav, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be just focusing on the racing. Hey, so all right, Nav, since you're listening and you're racing, if you just if I'm talking about you and you crash, that's on you, brother. It's all on you. Anyway, so let's see. We're gonna see who's out on the track. Let's see if we can get some. First of all, I've got to turn down some audio on the TV because that is too loud. There we go. So we're gonna watch. Look like Buck. No, not Buck Wild. Who's the first one out? That's them right there. Napier knows best. So we are at Red Bull Ring. I love this track. Everything about this track is awesome. There's a lot of cool stuff. You got some long straights. You've got some sharp corners. You've got awesome braking zones. You got some great overtaking zones, and you got plenty of room on the track to work with. But there are a few crazy spots. This section that Napier knows best is going into right now around the bowl. That's one of my favorite parts of the track because it's one of those ones that if you get it wrong, it does not feel good at all. But when you get it right, it just feels so awesome. It's just like a smooth run all the way through these corners. And if you have to get off the gas in the wrong spot, it just messes up your mojo. So now all the drivers out on track. They are getting their qualifying out lap done, and we're going to watch Napier as he goes through and takes his first lap around the course. So up into turn one, this one is definitely you're on the brakes, and you want to get across that right-hand curve, but don't hit that sausage. You want to get just in front of it. Roll out. Don't go over that sausage because you'll get a penalty, and that will suck. This is technically turn two right through here. But nobody calls it that. We all call turn two this guy right up the hill. On the brakes hard, and then this is a really important traction zone. To get out of here, the car's going up the hill, and it just kind of, it's really easy to just spin that car right out, so you don't want that to happen. And then, Fry. No, you are not. Down into turn three. Nice hairpin here. A lot of overtakes happen here, but also a lot of people end up out in that gravel, and it is not fun. And like we talked about before, around the bowl, it's 1, 2, 3 corners, so there's one here. Roll all the way to the outside, grab all that you can, a little off the throttle here, dive it in, around the corner, and then stay on that brick all the way around and roll it out to the outside. And you're going to go up the hill. Now, just to the right is the pit lane is right over there, and if that might be a penalty. Did he go too far off the track? I don't know. But yeah, you got to watch out for those pit entrance penalties too, and there will be some pit stops today. All right, so let's see. Tibbs moves up to the top of the pole. Way to go, Tibbs. Napier drops a second. Blue Paladin in third. Buck Wild sits in fourth. Whose team is Blue Paladin with? I don't remember the team name of that. I'll have to figure that one out. Buck Wild in fourth. Nav fifth. These are a lot of the fast guys that couldn't make it in the first rounds because they just couldn't make it. They got through to the semifinals and crushed it there. Now these guys are all fighting, and these are all really good drivers. This should be a lot of fun. Messaging the drivers while they're driving, that seems like the right thing to do. And RWB crew's got a few people up in here. They got there's the team captain right there, J-Rod. Let's see, there's Toolshed, Nuke, a couple Sector 7 guys right there. There's look at that, the Sector 7 team captain's in there. The RWB team captain is in there. Okay, let's go. Well, this should be interesting. So Tibbs coming around now. Can he improve his lap time? That's a no. What about Buck Wild? No, he gets up to second, so he does a little bit better. And let's see, does anybody, who's coming around next? Wrong corner, Chris. Here comes Rockstar. He's chasing one of the Sector 7 drivers, if I recognize the livery. Still not anybody putting Tibbs down. Whew, my ADD is going all over the place today, people. I'll tell you what. I only just finished like 10 minutes before I got in front of this machine to get the final texturing put on the new wall for my office / broadcast booth. And so I don't know if I'm high from the fumes or what it is, but anyway, I might be a lot of fun today. So don't pick on me, and don't hold this as your bar for how Chris does. All right, Napier's got to try to get that spot back a little bit better there on the entrance into the final two corners. I don't know if he's gonna get there. Nope, he doesn't get much better. Who else is coming around? Here comes, okay, Nav's going into the pits. What about, here we go. Wow, those guys went really wide, but Nuke, he's still on his path to drop a lot time down here. Let's see, Jones and Tibbs went way up the track. Look at that, Nuke gets a better lap time. It still sits in 7th. We'll see if he can make that be a little bit faster this time. He doesn't have anybody to follow. So currently, the Sector 7 team boss and the RWB team boss battling it out. They're only separated by about... why can't I see it? Why can't I see it? About a little less than half a second. So Dipshy is running right in the middle of these guys. Oh, and he gets a little loose. What did I say about that corner? All right, so let's see, where's Nuke? There's Nuke. Heading around the bowl now. It's a little cold and a little cloudy out, so it's probably taking these guys a few laps to get those tires warmed up. And I think it's kind of interesting that some of the drivers are, look at that, Nuke is going purple, so he is looking to get the fastest lap time. We'll see how he does in this final sector. But these tires are going to take a few laps to get warmed up with as cold as it is outside. So let's see. Buck Wild gets the pole. Buck Wild moves to top. Someone finally takes Tibbs and tells him where to shove his time. And Buck Wild is up to top. But what about Nuke? Oh, up to 3rd. Way to go. What about Mr. Joe? Where's the... Okay, never mind. I was wondering. I thought J-Rod was going to go across and set a time for the RWB guys. Team captain. But there we go. So Napier knows best. Nav coming across the line now. Nope. Oh, he's starting his first lap. That was an out lap. All right, let's see. Blue Paladin's on a lap. Let's see how he's doing as he comes down. There's only a couple sectors in this track. There's 1, 2, 3 sectors is all there is to really catch anyone's timing on. And part of it is halfway around the bowl. So we'll see after this left-hander and before the next is when we'll see if Mr. Hall here is on a faster lap right here. Yeah, he's up half a second. That could move him up. Wow, that could move him all the way up to 2nd. Let's see what Mr. Paladin has here at the end. Let me see who is this coming across the line. Oh, right here. There's Buck Wild. He's already up the top. But I want to go right here. I want to see Mr. Hall as he's coming around. He's going to get way up the order with this run, I think. Oh, up to 5th. Okay. Okay, it looks like Napier may have thrown another time in there that we didn't get to see. Buck Wild still sits up at the top. Nav trying to get his first hot lap on these new set of tires. J-Rod throws down a new time. He's going to start in 8th. Now remember, these drivers need to just be in the top 7. When you get up in front of the top 7, look at that. Nav goes 2nd quickest on the track. And who is this coming around right now? Come on, give me that. Toolshed. We haven't even seen Toolshed. I didn't even realize he was in here. Way to go, buddy. I love this guy. He's been around so long. He's been around racing in the RWB races before GT Champions became a thing. So, yeah, he's been around a long time. Toolshed, he's got to pick up the pace. He's about a 1.5 seconds down off the leaders. All right, let's see who's this over here as I zip through all the cameras. Here comes Dipshy. I think Dipshy got a little bit off on that one last sector. He's going to be kind of down there. Yeah, it's still 10th. And then we're going to have, here comes Napier. Can you go from 5th to better? 3rd! 3rd quickest. What about Buck Wild? Buck Wild's got to make some moves to get back up there. He takes the third quickest spot. And then here comes Mr. Hall, and he goes third quickest. Oh, they're all just throwing down times now, people. Anyone he comes across the line now, that is all they get. They don't get another shot. A couple do. Nuke doesn't do any better. Mr. Jones stays in 8th. Here comes Rockstar. He doesn't get any better. Old Man J doesn't get any better. And one more. Here comes Mr. Nav. Can he get the pole? This is his last shot at it. He gets his best time, and he misses the pole by 7/100ths of a second. But there's a couple drivers out here, right here. Tibbs, who already has the pole. So we're not going to worry about him. But what about this guy right here? Come on, get there. Dipshy, is he up purple? No, he's down a couple tenths. He's not going to do much improving there. Napier is down a couple tenths. And I'm trying to get, come on. Buck Wild is off by a tenth. And last, trying to get to the line. Trying to see who's going to get there. This stupid game won't let me just pick who's coming across the line. All right, so Dipshy is going to move into 10th, stay in 10th. And I'm going to quickly scroll through here. Napier knows best. Can he get better than 5th? He does not. What about? Come on. Buck Wild, he doesn't do any better. What about Mr. Hall? Can he get from 3rd and get up faster? He does not. So Mr. Tibbs will have the pole, and Nav will start right alongside of him. We're going to have Mr. Hall and Buck Wild in row 2. Napier and Nuke will be in row 3. Rockstar and Mr. Jones will be in row 4. And it looks like somebody's in the pit, so we'll have to wait for the timer to go up. And Dipshin Toolshed will start on the back row. Whew. Well, that was fun. These guys are throwing down some serious times. Woo. I need to supervise. To fry. All right. I'm going to take a breath. That was pretty exciting. All right, so let's take a look at the results. I'm going to do a quick little screen capture here. And this time I won't make the mistake of using this as the race results. I did that last weekend. I was looking at these instead of the race results, and people were like, I finished like 4th, dude. What are you talking about? So there's our top 8, and there are the final 3. Remember, the top 7, and I'm just gonna bring this back up. The top 7 in this race move on to Lobby 1, and they will get to start there. And Lobby 1, remember, is going to have the highest amount of points you can earn in the first round. And then, and only then, after the race is over, the 3 slowest drivers, or if they didn't show up, right? If the 3 slowest drivers in Lobby 1 will be demoted down to Lobby 2 for the next race, and the 3 quickest drivers, the podium finishers in Lobby 2, will move up. So the unlike World Cup, in case you're thinking about that, our big flagship race, this one, it's all about where you finish. So each round is going to have a qualifier for that round. So bottom 3 from Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 will move down a lobby. So 1 will go to 2 and 2 will go to 3. And the top 3 in Lobby 3 and the top 3 in Lobby 2 will move up. So 3 goes to 2 and 2 goes to 1. So there is a chance, if you have a bad race in Lobby 1, to get yourself back by winning Lobby 2. Now, the good thing is winning Lobby 2 or 3, the points are significantly... no, that's not it. They match about 6th or 7th, 8th place, somewhere right around there in the lobby above, so they still get some good points. All right, let me let these guys all know that we're starting here so they can all get their stuff together, and then we're going to have ourselves a race, people. Oh, this is going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, let's get back to the race, and it looks like everyone's ready to go. All right, people. Now, this is where we got to be really careful. We got to watch out for those red flags. All right. Yeah, my team's doing really well. And here we got we got a bunch of RWB guys in here, but when I am broadcasting, it's all about whomever is doing the best. It's a lot of fun to watch. All right, Tibbs and Nav. Nav, not a great start in his last race, and he got swallowed up pretty good. Luckily, it was red flag, so he got to do it again. Let's hope he doesn't do it this time, and hope Tibbs doesn't do it either. GTR versus Alexis on the front row. 2 GTRs right behind. Actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. Tibbs is going to be there, but Nav gets the inside. Whoa, but Tibbs goes really wide, and Mr. Hall sneaks in between them both. Nice. Okay, I'm going to mark that. We're going to go back and check that one later, but Nav still in second. Had a shot at first. Here we go. Into turn 2. This is where it's going to get a little bit crazy, people. Hold it. Oh, and around goes Tibbs. And around goes Tibbs. Did he get help with that? I don't know where Tibbs is. There he is. Oh, okay, it's an hour-long race. There is time. We'll go back and look for that in a second. I did mark it so we can look at that as needed. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, so Mr. Hall up front, Nav in second. Napier knows best into third. Buck Wild into fourth. And there is Nuke. Oh, look at that. The 2 team captains duking it out. And Rockstar says, you know what? I'm just going to try to slide up in the middle of y'all. I'm going to take that middle spot. Ooh, J-Rod almost gets a little bit wild there. And Old Man Jay following up there in 8th place. Remember, top 7 is what counts. A lot of cars sitting back there. Toolshed, Dipshy, and Tibbs. Why are they going so slow? Oh, sounds like Dipshy was waiting for Toolshed. Dipshy's going really slow. What is going? Oh, we lost Dipshy. He left. Oh, Toolshed left. I thought it was Dipshy that left. Oh no, we lost Toolshed. Well, I didn't see what happened, and I can't call a red flag this far into the race when I didn't see anything happen. I did see the one thing. We can go back and look at that now. Let's go back on board with Tibbs. Let's go back here and let's watch this replay. Okay, so Tibbs deep inside. He's... Oh, nope. He just did that all on his own. He just got a little... What did I say about... Oh, wow. What did I say about that corner, right? That thing is mean. So you got to get that traction down. All right, so Mr. Hall still running up front. Remember, top 7. That's all you need to be. That's all you got to shoot for. You don't have to win it. But they are racers after all, right? You can't tell them just to be okay with something. They want to win it all. So Napier, Buck Wild, Nuke up into 5th place. That's where he needs to be. Rockstar in 6th and J-Rod in 7th. J-Rod is on the bubble, and we are only lap 3. We got 56 minutes still to go in this race. J-Rod, one of the drivers I know that races in VR. And there's Old Man Jay, new to the Sector 7 team this season, so that he just joined up with them. But Jay was with Black Flag. I think that's who he was with before. I might be wrong. That might be someone else. No, I think that's him. So anyway, he's up to Sector 7, and oh no, Tibbs with a penalty. He's really pushing. You know, he's just trying to get there. And you know what? I'm going to just check the tires really quick on everybody. Okay, there is one driver on the medium tires, and that might be why the driver had some traction issues coming out of turn 2, and that would be Tibbs. Everyone else is on the soft tire. So I think... see, this is where it gets interesting. If the tire... Ooh, Buck Wild gets a little bit wide there. Is he going to get a penalty for that one? Yep, sure does. Half a second. I know he didn't want that. The soft tires can actually go... you just do 2 stops, and it's faster than trying to do a 1 stop in some of these races. Now, when we get into the season, there's other tracks where that's just not the case. Fuji's going to be really hard on the soft tire. Suzuka is going to be really hard on the soft tire. Autopolis is going to be enormously difficult on the soft tires. That track is so rough on tires, right? So But, Watkins Glen, Road Atlanta, those ones will do pretty good with soft tired, 2 stints. So we'll see how it works. All right, not much has changed up here except Buck Wild, when he gets that penalty, that's going to... I don't know if Nuke is close enough to overtake him, but he'll be right on him for the front stretch, which is what's really interesting about the penalty zone here. All right, let's watch and see. He's going to tap these brakes, and let's see what happens when they're half a second on the brakes. Nuke should be able to pull right up to him. Now he should be able to get some kind of slipstream off him. I don't know, I think he's a little too far away to make a move on him. Anybody trying to make some moves up front? No, everyone's just playing nice. Everyone's just playing nice, trying to get themselves through the race. These guys in the top 7, J-Rod's the one sitting on the bubble. All they are looking for is just to stay up there. Don't do anything crazy. Don't try to get the fastest lap. You don't get any bonus points. In fact, you don't get anything for winning these races. All you get is to advance to everyone is fighting these 3 weekends. This is the best part. They're fighting for nothing except where they get to start the season. And I think that is so much fun. A bunch of the drivers have already told me, a couple of the team captains, that these heat races have been really, really fun because none of them count for anything except trying to get yourself into that top lobby to start the race where you can have a chance to earn the most points. And yeah, it is gonna be some kind of wonderful when it all starts. I think next time around, I think maybe next time I'll do some kind of an award for each of the heat race winners or something like that, or maybe like if you win the race you get bonus points, so that people don't just sit there and go, okay, I'm in the top 7, I don't have to fight, right? And maybe say like, all right, if you finish in first place, you get 3 bonus points, and second place you get 2, and third place you get 1 bonus point, and then you're fighting for those podiums to get an extra few points. That could be fun. That could be real fun. Napier really trying. Let's get this camera. This one's always fun. Napier's really trying to put some pressure on Nav. So he is certainly not looking at this as a ineffectual race. He wants to pass him. Plus, these heat races are so great because these guys are getting all kinds of seat time in these cars. It's one thing to just race around in practice or race around with your team, but when it's on the line and all the pressure's there, you drive differently. Everybody does. And now these guys, they have the pressure. They're racing against guys that they're not necessarily racing in their practice lobbies, right? So it'll be good to see them get a little time behind the wheel in these cars. Buck Wild now right on Napier. Let's see, they're going to be racing up the corner. Does Buck Wild go for something here? Like I said, they're racers. He obviously did a really good sector there. He was purple through that first sector, so that's good. But up front, Mr. Hall, almost a 3-second lead. Not too shabby. But remember, they have to stop for fuel because they're never going to make it through this race on a tank of gas. The tires are certainly not going to make it, so it'll be interesting to see all the little bits and pieces come together for these drivers. There is Nav, Napier, Buck Wild, Nuke, and Rockstar. There's your 6. J-Rod's kind of fallen off the pace with these guys, but he's holding Jay back behind him, which is all he needs to focus on. And then back there is Tibbs. Tibbs trying to make some inroads. Now, Tim Tibbs is running the medium tire, so if he's going to run that for the 40 minutes and then switch to the softs, he might be able to get himself into the top 7 if he can keep track of Old Man Jay and J-Rod. He's about 5 seconds from J-Rod, but he's going to gain like 20 when the pit stops happen. So if he can get through with one stop, he might be able to make something work. Look, there's Tibbs right now. Tibbs is right there. He is gaining really quick on Jay. See, here's Jay going up the hill right now, and right behind him is Tibbs. So Tibbs, really fast driver, is trying to get that Lexus up there. Hey, I love it. I was just noticing on this car, if you look on the back, you can see the DG logo. That's Detailing Group. Detailing Group was the very first sponsor for GT Champions that helped us get things where we were. In fact, it started in before GT Champions came around, actually. He sponsored the first Super Formula series or one of the series, Super Formula series in RWB before GT Champions came around. So he's on there. And then right there under the B pillar says Q Cloud. That is Metropolis. And the camera's being weird, sorry. Metropolis was our sponsor of World Cup the last 2 seasons. So nice to see that all on the car. All right, Tibbs, you got 2.5 seconds to go figure things out. All right, up front. Nav's closed the gap a little bit, but I don't think he's that concerned about things. Hang on 1 second, folks. All right, Nav, look at this, 2, 3, and 4. These guys are really putting this car down. This is nice. I like it. So Napier trying to keep these guys honest up front. Bookended by 2 of the RWB drivers, and there is Mr. Nuke, Sector 7's team boss. He's a much better race driver than I think I am. I'm losing it, people. I am losing it. I got to get behind the wheel some more. I plan on doing it. I do run some stuff now and again. I like doing the 24-hour. I did the 24-hour Le Mans and 24-hour Spa in iRacing, and I ran the All-Star race, but I hadn't ran anything in GT7 for like a year. So it's such a different feel. Like the 2 sims are very different. All right, Rockstar is, these guys have put 4 seconds back to 7th place. So there's J-Rod. I think J-Rod is just trying to, he knows where he needs to be. But if Tibbs gets past him, he's in trouble. So he needs to start putting a little bit more oomph into that car and get that thing around the track a little bit quicker. He's running 123s, 124s, and Tibbs is running all 123s, so he's slowly gaining, and Tibbs is on those medium tire too, so that's going to be a challenge. But hey, you know what? I mean, starting in Lobby 2 is not bad. There's a lot of talented drivers that are playing in this field right now. Speaking of talented drivers, so Nav, he's got a little bit of a gap there, but look at this, Buck, Napier, and then there is Nuke and Rockstar. There's still plenty of guys sitting here waiting to grab some of those top spots. I like Rockstar's livery. He does a pretty good job with those. Yeah, Sector 7's sitting in the chat for their team. I like it. So far, the boss is doing pretty good, you guys. He's running up in the top 5. And he, as it stands right now, is going to be able to get one of those top spots for August 3rd when we start there. and we're going to be at Fuji. See, I figured it would be kind of like the right track to start a Super GTC, because they race Super GT cars there, and it just seemed like, well, let's do that. So, yeah, these cars are so much fun. They're like the difference between I don't know how to explain it, but they're like what a GT3 car is to a GT4 car. These are to a GT3-ish car. They got more downforce. They aren't necessarily more powerful, I guess, or for lack of a better term. I mean, they are, but I mean, the arrow on these things is insane. They have so much grip. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's check up front here. So, Blue Paladin, aka Mr. Hall here, 4.3 seconds. He's doing just fine. Nav's like, all right, that's good. I'm sitting in the podium places, that's good. Buck Wild is right behind him. Look at this. Teammates, don't do anything silly. Ooh, Nav gets a little loose there. And look, Napier, he's still right there knocking on the door. But I think Buck Wild actually got around him, so now he's dropped down into fourth. Nuke still sitting okay. Built himself a little over a second gap to Rockstar. This is the time of the race where everyone just settles in and just run your race. You've practiced for the last week trying to figure out the best way to get around this track with these cars. And now it's time to execute that. I think there's only two Lexi out there, J-Rod and Mr. Tibbs, right? Yep, there he is. Wait, which Dipshy's in the GTR. Had himself a little oopsie, I think, with Toolshed very early in the race. Could be lap 1 or lap 2. But anyway, wow. Mr. Hall is just like taken off. Ooh, Tibbs is there now. Remember, Tibbs is the only driver on the medium tire, and he's catching Old Man Jay. Old Man Jay was in the second weekend's race with the top 15. He was in the top. It was the top 5 from the first 3 heats, and he was in one of. He got in the top 5 in one of those heats, and then they were at Monza, and all anyone had to do was finish in the top 8 to get through to Lobby 1. Pardon me. There were only 9 drivers, and unfortunately, Jay ended up as the 9th driver, so he had to come through to this race to try to fight for one of those spots to Lobby 1. So we'll see if Old Man Jay can do it, but the way Tibbs is driving right now, and Tibbs is on a different strategy, he thinks Jay is going to have to battle it out, but so is... Wait a minute. I thought J-Rod was on the bubble. Did we lose another driver? What did I miss? We started with 11. Or we started with 12. We did lose somebody else. Wait, who did we miss? Okay, where's my mouse? I gotta scroll. And now I need glasses while I look through this here. Scarface wasn't gonna make it. That was one of the... I forget who Scarface was. Why am I not remembering it? Buck Wild into the pits. Oh, maybe somebody pit? See, Buck pits. Did anybody else pit? Oh, Napier pit. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, where'd they go? Fast Car Football, Ando, Stig, and Tool Shed are 4 of the drivers not on the track. That leaves us 11, but there's only 10. So who's the other one missing? Is it, Scarface, which is, no wait, Scarface is, I forget who Scarface is. I don't think it's one of these guys. We're going to just do a quick little check here. I don't think Scarface is here. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, Scarface is the other one missing. So those drivers will automatically be into Lobby 2. So either they didn't even need to show up, or they were just like, you know what, I don't need to race. I'm in Lobby 2. That's fine by me. I don't care. We'll see how it goes. Nav's having a good race. Had a good race last week. Going to have a good race this week. And Mr. Hall pits. And looks like some of these guys are going to take these soft tires a little bit further. It's going to be tough. You're going to lose some traction coming out of some of these corners when those back tires give up a little bit. But I do believe most of the drivers are going to go with a two-stopper, with the exception of Tibbs, I do believe. I guess we should say, while we're at it, new race leader, at least until he has to pit. So Nav running up front, Nuke in P2, Rockstar in P3. So a few of the drivers already doing their pit stops. They're going to get the pretty deep undercut because those soft tires, brand new on a lighter tank, pretty good cars. You get some great times on those. J-Rod has not pit yet. Tibbs has not pit yet. Probably won't for a while. He's gotten around Jay, so Jay now is on the bubble because there's the leader, Mr. Hall, right behind him. What? How did he get out right behind them? Well, he's on a different lap. So he will be the race leader once everybody else pits. Whenever that is. Let's see. When is that going to be? Is Nav pitting? Yep, there goes Nav. Nuke's probably going to pit too. No. Nuke is going to ride it out a little bit more. Okay. New race leader for Sector 7. Nuke. Nice. Rockstar stays out. Mr. Jones stays out. The tire whisperer, and he absolutely is. Hopefully it's enough. He's going a little slower than everyone else. Hopefully that's enough to help him maybe one-stop it with the soft tire. Maybe that's his plan. I mean, the way his tires are looking, he probably can. There's Tibbs now. He's going to be on those tires for a little bit longer, and there is the soon-to-be... That was weird. Soon-to-be leader again once everybody cycles through the pits. He'll probably catch Tibbs pretty quickly. There's Jay. Is Jay going to pit on this lap? I'm curious. Maybe some of these guys are going to try to take these soft tires. One, stop it. That could be pretty wild. Buck Wild, who has pit. He just... Mr. J says, I'll just let you on by. I'm not going to fight you on this one. There's Nav, not too far away. Napier's kind of back there. I wonder if he had an incident, because he is not where Nav was. Nav already pit, that's why. Okay, so... Okay, this is where I get confused. Yep, because Nav's pit out. So now he's on his first lap on his new tires. I think I see what's happening here. I wonder if Nuke and Rockstar and J-Rod are all looking at a one stop on the soft tire. And J-Rod's tires look way better than the two ahead of him. I kind of dig it. If you can go 6 more minutes or 5.5 more minutes on these tires and then pit once, that's huge. That is huge. because Mr. Hall is definitely going to have to pit again because he has really been hard on his tires. And he was using a lot more fuel than anyone, so that will be interesting to see how he pulls that off. Look, Tibbs is still out there on those medium tires. I bet he goes to 40 minutes. I mean, he's going to have to get fuel anyway, but if he goes to 40 minutes and throws those soft tires on, oh, that might be a penalty there, Mr. Tibbs. That got way over on the racing line. Let's see, does it? Yes. Oh, that sucked. That sucked. Rockstar pits just under half a tank of fuel and still 35 minutes left in the race. So he will either fill up all the way and get through or he won't. Okay, let's see what you guys are doing up here. So Nuke says, I'm going to take these things all the way. Maybe. What do you guys think? Still cheating? Yeah, right. All right, Nuke. Show the world what you're made of. There is Dipshy. He has not pit yet. Actually, yes, he has, because there's no way his tires are that good after that. All right, so race leader Nuke coming up around. Let's see, what does Nuke do? Let's get my drone out there. Look, I'm going to drive to the side of him. Check it out. Look at that camera work for the drone. Okay, what's he going to do? Is he going in? Nope, not at all. I see what he's doing. This is good stuff. One stop. I mean, the pit delta is what, 22 or 3 seconds? I don't remember what it was at this track. And Mr. Hall's going to have to pit again, presumably, if he thinks he's got enough fuel. But he's also really fast. So he'll still finish up there in the top 7, which is where you need to be. But yeah, this is pretty fun. There's Buck Wild up into 3rd. It looks like J-Rod did pit. He did not one-stop it because he is gone off the leaderboard. So he's going to be way back there a bit. Who didn't pit yet? Jay hasn't pit. Napier already pit. And J-Rod is... and Rockstar pit. And J-Rod pit. So I don't think J-Rod is going to be able to... I thought he was going to be able to single stop it. He probably could have. His tires looked great. I guess Fry, you should have talked to him. Told him what to do. What kind of race engineer teammate are you anyway? All right, Nuke, what are you going to do? Is he really going to go for this all the way with a one stop on the softs? Yep, he just went... Oh, no, pit lane is right here. He can go in, and he doesn't go. Huh. I mean, the back tires don't look great. Front tires look good. I guess if you throw some bias to the front, let those front tires take a beating for a little while, you can make those things run a little bit better. But this is some smart strategery. We'll see what he does. Mr. Hall is 6.5 seconds away. He's doing 122s. Nuke's doing 124. So Mr. Hall is doing 2 seconds a lap faster on the new soft tires. So in 3 more laps, he's going to catch Nuke. But Nuke's going to pit in the next lap or 2. And then he'll get on some new tires and he'll fall back. But he'll be... I don't know where he's going to be. That'll be interesting. Let's see. How far away is Jay? Jay has not pit yet either. So the Sector 7 guys, I think, are trying to one-stop this thing. That could be really dangerous for the guys like Napier, Rockstar, and J-Rod because they're all on a 2-stop strategy. But I guess if their times are keeping up, I don't know. Nuke pits. Into the pits goes the race leader. Mr. Hall will be up front. Buck Wild will move to 2nd. Napier's going to move up into 6th position. Once Nuke, let's watch a pit stop. Oh, I guess it's not too late. So there we go. Sector 7, you get the pit stop view of the race today, getting some fuel work done. All right, so where is Rockstar? Rockstar is going past him. And there goes J-Rod. Is Nuke done fueling? I think he is. Yeah, he's pitting out right now. Where's he going to come out? Right behind J-Rod. Okay. So the one stop soft to soft for the Sector 7 team. Does that mean the old man Jay's going to pit? Why would it mean that? Oh, and he's carrying a half-second penalty. That's not going to help. That is not going to help. So we got to see when he pits out where these guys cycle to, and that will help us kind of get a little picture of what the end of this race is going to look like, or at least, you know, a clue as to what it might look like. All right, he's going to get a penalty now. I would say pit now. Since you got a penalty, you're going to get slowed down. You might as well slow down and go in there. Well, except Napier's going to take the inside. Old Man Jay's got to slow down even more to make this corner to get into the pits. There he goes. All right, so Old Man Jay's going to pit in right now. Now the trick is 10 seconds later. I want to see how long a pit stop is. Let's see. It's not going to tell us, is it? I don't think we get to see how long the pit stop was when he's in his box. But Rockstar is going to pass him. Mr. Jones is going to pass him. And Nuke is going to pass him. Old Man Jay is only just getting some tires on now. He's got to get a little fuel. So, what is this? Let's watch here. I want to see if it shows us his pit stop time. There it is, 18 seconds. Let's see when he comes out. Oh, it's almost 30 seconds here. Okay, so a 30-second pit stop. So Jay is right now 21 seconds behind J-Rod and Rockstar, 22 seconds. And they will still have to pit again. So if he doesn't have to pit, he's going to get the spot away from them, and J-Rod's going to drop back. And Nuke might likely catch J-Rod and pass him. So this will be interesting. I think the Sector 7 guys have got this one sorted out. I wouldn't expect anything less from them. This is going to be interesting. So Jay comes out. It's a 30-second pit stop for new tires and fuel. About. So he's 21 seconds from his team boss. 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah. 26. Yeah, he's all the way up into 6th when his pit stops come out. So Mr. Jones, Rockstar, they need to do something different than what they've been doing. They need to hope they've got the fuel to get through the rest of this race, and try not to switch tires again. But Mr. Jones and Rockstar both pit before the halfway mark. So we'll see how this works. Oh! This should be very, very interesting. Look at this Nuke. I'm going to ride on board with him with the cool camera. So, lucky for us, we are not racing next weekend. It's going to be a bye week with the update coming out this week. That'll be nice to have that extra week just in case anything is a little different, which we'll have to do some testing after the update comes out, because supposedly the tire modeling is going to be different, and so we may or may not have to make an adjustment to the tire and fuel wear situation for the series. So I'm going to be doing some rigorous testing after the update comes out. But this announcer is going to be going to Portland, Oregon next weekend to be at the Optima Search for the Ultimate Streetcar event with detailing group owner David Ball, my brother, and he's gonna be out there, and I'm gonna be trying to do our iRacing GT3 Open race from Chicago broadcast from the track. We're actually trying to coordinate right now with the producers of the event there, and see if I can set up a table, booth, whatever, in the pit lane, in the pit area with my brother's car in this area, and sit there with my headphones on and a laptop, and try to get a broadcast done. I think it's going to be so much fun, a lot of fun. Tibbs pits off the medium tire finally at 35 minutes. I bet you he goes to those soft tires, but he is single stopping it also. This will be interesting. He had a rough start at the beginning of the race. Now he's got to get some fuel. He's going to have to get a lot of fuel, so he's dropping back to 8th. That's helpful for the guys up front. That gets Nuke into the top 7. Old man Jay is just past him now. Tibbs is pitting out. He's going to pit out right with Dipshy. Dipshy is... Oh, no, Dipshy's right there. Never mind. So Tibbs pits out in 9th. He won't have to stop again. Neither will Jay. Oh, Jay's got to have second penalty. Yikes. These guys aren't going to stop. This guy's not going to stop. This guy's going to probably... Well, he's going to need to not stop, so let's hope he can make it work, although he's about to lose this place to the Sector 7 team boss. Look at that. Battle of the captains. Not quite close enough. We saw this last time around, remember? Nuke was catching J-Rod on a penalty, but wasn't quite able to make anything happen there from that far back. And I don't think it's going to happen this time either. So very close, Nuke, not quite a good exit out of that corner as J-Rod got. So he's trying to play a little catch up in the slipstream. So it'll be interesting to see how these two played out. Right now they're in top 7. J-Rod's got to figure out how to not stop for the rest of this race. I don't know if it's going to work on the fuel situation. I just don't know how that's going to play out. Meanwhile, Mr. Hall is going to have to pit before race ends, so we know that. Buck Wild's going to have to pit. We know that as well, and so will Nav. They all pit very early in the race, only 20 minutes in. They're not going to have tires or fuel. Neither is Napier, so all of them are going to pit. Rockstar's been out for a while, and with Mr. Jones and Nuke. It's okay, I guess, if Nuke gets around J-Rod. Let's see, what's that gap to Old Man Jay? Look at it, it's right there. 24 seconds. Just almost 25 seconds from J to J-Rod. From P8 to P6. And if Mr. Jones has to stop, he's going to lose that spot to Old Man Jay. Although, he'll come out about 6 seconds behind him on brand spanking new tires. But he won't have that much time left to catch him, so I don't know what J-Rod's going to do. I'm very interested to see what these guys do up here. Same with Rockstar. He and J-Rod are in a very similar situation, so it might actually just be a battle between them, unless Tibbs gets... Oh, Tibbs did. Tibbs already around... Oh, with half-second penalties. Already around Jay. So that makes things even worse for J-Rod, because if Tibbs wasn't around, he probably would just have to battle it out with Rockstar for that last spot. But nope. Oh boy. What are you talking about, Fry? You weirdo. That's funny. Are you sending him like baseball signals? Somebody's got to get into his... That's the thing about driving in VR in this game, he doesn't get to see this timing board. He doesn't know how far away these guys are. I think he only knows like the one person behind him. So he needs a race engineer that can get on chat with him and tell him what's going on. All right, Tibbs on the brakes, half second. There he goes. That'll buy a little bit more time. So Jay is 25.5 seconds back from Nuke, who's right there on J-Rod. So, yikes. If J-Rod's going to do anything, he's going to need to pit now and if he needs fuel, he's going to need to pit now. Nuke about to go around him. J-Rod, I think, knows what's coming. Yep, they got to hold it together. J-Rod's going to take the outside line. He's going to have a little bit more speed coming out, but look at that traction that GTR gets. So J-Rod's still trying to hold him there. He's going to make him go the long way. Hold it together, guys. J-Rod knows, I've got to stay. I can't lose this. Don't crash, guys. Buck Wild into the pits. Wow, these guys are duking it out. I love it. Battle of the Capitans. I can't wait till my office is done so I can yell as loud as I want to hear and no one's going to hear me. Once all this plaster dries, I'm going to hang my door, do some painting. All right, so Nuke up into fourth. J-Rod into no! Good save. Good Lord. And Buckwild's going to go flying around him, but wow, if Mr. Jones, he's going to have to figure out some way to get around. Napier just pit out. So everybody that's on the two-stop strategy running through the pits now. Tibbs going to move up into 8th. And he's got to try to chase down Napier, who is several seconds ahead on brand spanking new soft tires. So we'll see kind of what Tibbs has to work with here. Let's see, Mr. Hall, are you still? Nope, into the pits he goes. Nav's coming over the hill. Is he going in the pits now? Yeah, he's got to. Yep, he's on the same strategy. Rockstar currently in 3rd. Is he going to pit now? Or is he going to go a little longer? I don't know. I don't know what these guys are going to do back here. This is getting a little spicy because I don't know how these guys are planning on putting together this race. Can Rockstar go the full distance? Does he think he can? Does Nuke think he can? I'm sure he does. He already did it once. Buck, he's there. Where's J-Rod? I mean, I think J-Rod might be able to make this work if he can hold the fuel together. I think he can make a top 7 work here. All right, Nav's pitting out now. He's going to be a ways back, but he's going to have some brand new tires. We'll see if he can catch up. He won't have to do any fuel saving or anything. Napier coming down the finish straight now into turn 1. And right behind him, there is Tibbs. So these guys are going to battle it out. Old Man Jay running in 9th. He's trying not to pit the rest of the race. So he's running in 9th for now. But we still have these guys. Let's see. How far away is he? I'm going to just flick through. So there's 4.5, 6.5, 7, plus that's 16.5, 22 seconds. Yikes. It's really close to J-Rod. I think J-Rod is going, if he doesn't pit now to give himself time to chase down Jay, he's going to get, I think he's going to get stuck back there in, he's going to get stuck back there in like 8th. Ugh. So interesting. So very interesting. Also interesting, Rockstar has not pit yet either, so he has the same challenge. But he is what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 seconds from J-Rod? Yeah, 6.2 seconds. Both of these guys may have to pit still. But look at that, Nuke running in the top spot. You know, there's something I learned about racing a while back, and that is it's not about the I don't know how to explain it, but I learned this. I think there's a couple of people that taught me this. One of my buddies, he goes by Bipolar Express. His name's Tim. He's taught me this, as well as the Sector 7 guys. I think Ando as well. It's all about how many total minutes it takes to get around the course, right? In this particular case, it doesn't really matter. You just want to be in the top 7. But in racing, it doesn't matter how fast you are on one set of tires or another. It's how many total minutes and seconds does it take to go from the start, from the start of the clock to the end of the clock, right? And sometimes the pit strategies will make that decision for you. Sometimes you'll get in a wreck, and that decision changes everything. So very interesting how these guys are playing it out. That even though Nuke might be a little slower because he's using those tires for up longer, the pit delta was just too much of a gap to overcome on a 2-stop. So they're just going to do a 1-stop and make it work. So, but Buck Wild's going to catch him. Buck Wild's brand new set of tires. He just pit. He's good to the end of the race. Nuke is good to the end of the race, presumably on the fuel. And I think these guys back here, J-Rod and Rockstar, are the ones that are going to have to find a way to finish this race without stopping again. Because if he has to stop, he's going to drop back away. So let's see. We go. Where's the 30-second mark? Right there. Old man Jay. He can pit. He will be, if Rockstar pits and comes back out, he'll come back out in 8th place, outside of the top 7. So he either needs to just stay here and save fuel and just make it to the end of the race, or he ends up in lobby 2. Plain and simple. And J-Rod's in the same boat, right? He's also on that same pit strategy. If he pits, he loses out on lobby 1. So these guys have a very difficult task ahead of them, for sure. And look at that. These guys are all going to catch up to Rockstar. This is the fun part about broadcasting and watching the races, is seeing the gaps. It's like telling a story of winners and losers, demise and conquering. I don't know what other words to use. I'm not very good at those. But I'm not good at the word stuffs. All right, so Rockstar, what's he going to do? I'm wondering if he can make it. I mean, it's going to be close. When I look at the fuel that all the guys have, it's going to be very close. Oh, I'm so excited. Someone just brought me something to drink. All right, let's see. So, there we go. Tibbs has made his way around Napier. So he's sitting in 7th. That's where Tibbs needs to be. He needs to stay right here. He's not pitting again because he already did. So, whoa, don't crash. So presumably, as long as he stays where he is, he's good to go, regardless of what goes on behind him. He's got what he needs to get to the end of the race, right? Presuming that he got the fuel he needs and tires. He's got up to the 7th spot, and he's got a couple guys up there that are going to have to be going a little bit slower. They're like 13 seconds up the road, this guy. And then he's got these guys up here that are all battling it out. I forget what the delta is on tires. I think it's like 5 seconds. So if these guys go in and don't take tires and just take fuel, they'll come out on the same tire, like where, there goes Buck Wild on Nuke. He's going to try to get to that top spot. Come on, camera. There we go. Nuke's like, I don't know. Down the hill to turn 3. Nuke's going to hold him back. Bucks is going to go deep. Deep. Oh, I'm sorry. Turn 2. Sorry. I forgot where they were on the track. And Buck Wild moves up into second. Mr. Hall is about to take Nuke's third spot from him as well. But it's okay. Nuke just needs to stay in that top 7. And I think he might be able to make that work. Mr. Hall is all over his case, looking for a way around. It's almost like they want to win the race. All right, so they are battling it out. What is Rockstar going to do? I'm looking at the fuel levels on these drivers up front just to see what's going on. And honestly, ooh, Nav with a penalty all the way back to 6th. What happened to him? Maybe he went off the track? I thought he... Oh, yeah, he was... His pit strategy got a little bit weird earlier on in the race. And that's okay. J-Rock can let him by. And he'll be fine. Tibbs still has to gain another 10 or 11 seconds to catch J-Rod. But he's in the top 7. Napier's right there, though, so these two are going to be slowly catching those guys. There's battle for 5th right there. When your team boss is right in front of you and you want to pass them, what goes through your mind, I wonder? Are you like, get out of the way, you're slow? Or is it... Is there something nicer than that? I don't know. It's all right. J-Rod's going to get a little bit of a reprieve and not have to fight so much because those brakes are going to come on for Nav here in a second. And he does. And that's going to give J-Rod a little bit more time. Just 8 minutes left. Can they make it? Napier and Tibbs battling for the 7th spot. So... Napier got around Tibbs, so somewhere along the line, Tibbs had an oopsie moment. These two are battling for the last spot into Lobby 1 in 2 weeks' time. Check up here. There we go. Mr. Jones still holding Nav back there. If I was J-Rod, I would just ease up, let him on by, drive in his wake, save a little fuel, because we know he has to. Pardon me. Well, this looks awful familiar to last lap, except Nav had a penalty. This time he doesn't. Let's check up front. So... Mr. Hall up into 1st. Nuke goes into 2nd. Buckwild's in 3rd. Rockstar drops to 4th because Rockstar knows he cannot pit. And if he does, then he's going to be in trouble. And his tires are gone. So he's just trying to survive. Nav and Mr. Jones just need to survive. J-Rod's tires look fan-frickin-tastic. He's got no problem with his tires. Nav's look great. J-Rod, who's down to 6 now, they're still serviceable, so he'll be fine. If he doesn't have to pit, he's going to be okay. Let's see, there's 8, 9, 20, 25 seconds. It's too close, and there's not enough time. Now, I think if J-Rod was going to pit for fuel, he needed to do it a long time ago so he can try to catch up to Jay if need be. But we'll see. Maybe he can make it. There's Dipshy in 10th. So Dipshy is way back there. So he'll be moving on to Lobby 2, but he's definitely getting some good practice in this car. Nuke up into second. So something happened with a Buck Wild, and Nuke got that second spot back. And here comes Rockstar. And Rockstar, I don't know. Wow, those tires are loose. Hang in there, Rockstar. You only gotta go like 4.5 more minutes. Let's hope you can make it. Nav's like, I got fuel. I'm out of here. I'm going to take that spot from you. J-Rod trying to get through the rest of this race. Let's hope he's got it sorted out. Napier now got a decent-sized gap to Tibbs, who is on an older set of softs. I don't know if Tibbs can get there. To see what happens with these guys. All right, let's take a look here. Rockstar. Ooh, fuel lights are flashing. 3.5 minutes to go. I don't know. That's 2 more laps till he hits the start-finish line, and then he's got to go another one. Ooh, that's going to be close. It is full survival mode for these guys right now. J-Rod can let Napier catch him. He can, but if he lets Tibbs catch him, then he's in trouble. So he can't just. Oh, this is a tough place to be because there's Napier 2 seconds back. He's gonna end up putting J-Rod on the bubble, and Tibbs is gonna be right behind. Oh. J-Rod's only hope, his only hope, and he's catching, oh wow, he's catching, oh that's Nav. No, he's catching Rockstar. Rockstar's got a penalty. If Rockstar has to pit for fuel and J-Rod can just limp around the track, I think he can make it work. But I don't know. Oh, this is so much fun just trying to figure out what these guys are going to do. Napier's gonna get J-Rod. J-Rod's gotta be saving fuel. Napier's like, ooh, Napier is really low on fuel too. I didn't even notice that. And Tibbs as well. So these guys are all kinda in the same boat. Interesting. Oh my gosh. I think it's all about whether Rockstar can make it. And if he can't make it, that will give J-Rod the spot into Lobby 1. Ah, yikes, man. I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't know. All right, so Mr. Jones has already dropped back to 8th. The guys have gotten around him. J-Rod had to give. I think he went off the track. Oh, yeah, he hit something because he just had damage getting fixed. But he's still only like 12 seconds behind Rockstar. If Rockstar has to pit, he's going to get the spot. But now Mr. Jones can't pit because Old Man Jay is 10 seconds away from him. If both J-Rod and Rockstar pit, Jay's gets the work that he's done. I can't get the words out. Jay gets what he needs if either of those two pit. Oh, or if they both pit. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do. Rockstar is. Oh my gosh, Rockstar is. This could be the last lap. I think Rockstar may have made it work.
he can let both of these guys past him, and he doesn't have anything to worry about. But oh my gosh, where's the leader? All right, so Blue Paladin's going to win this race. There's only 15 seconds left to go, so we'll watch him as he goes through. I'm very interested in this battle too, in the second place battle that is going on between Nuke and Buck Wild. Nav kind of by himself, and then here's Tibbs, Napier. Rockstar drops to 7th, but if Rockstar runs out of fuel, he might be close enough. He just might be close enough to make this work. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Well, meanwhile, Mr. Hall coming around the final corner now, and he is going to win the final heat here and get himself into Lobby 1. Congratulations. Congratulations. Nuke is going to come home. Him and Buck Wild, he gets a little wide, but him and Buck Wild get through. Nav is going to come through in 4th. Tibbs and Napier battling it out for 5th and 6th, coming to the end of the race. And Rockstar, if he has any fuel, no one knows, but he's going to make it through. And he's going to get that last spot by the hair of his chin. J-Rod, unfortunately, his strategy didn't play out. The wreck didn't help much. And he's going to come home in 8th place. And Old Man Jay is going to come home in 9th. But Rockstar made it work. I don't even know how he did that. I really don't know how he did that. But Blue Paladin wins it. Blue Paladin, Buck Wild. They finished 1 and 2. And I hit the wrong button. Sorry, folks. So there it is. Mr. Hall, Buck Wild, Nuke, Nav, Tibbs, Napier, and Rockstar advance to Lobby 1 for the very first round of the series. Congratulations, you guys. J-Rod thought he was going to make it work, and I was wrong. He didn't make it work. But J-Rod, Old Man J, Dipshy, and Toolshed will move on to, and the other drivers who did not compete today that were supposed to be here, they will all move on to start in Lobby 2 next week. But wow, that was pretty fun. There was like 3 different strategies at play there, or 4 really. So they got it done. Congratulations, guys. Well, that was fun. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Well, hey, everyone, thanks for watching. Don't forget that we have no broadcast for this round next week. August 3rd is when we will be back. So stay tuned for that one. And then we'll be next weekend we will have the iRacing. Hopefully I get to do that broadcast from the racetrack in Portland. That'll be a lot of fun. And then August 3rd, we'll be back. We'll be doing round 3 of the GT3 Open in the morning, and we'll be doing round 1 of the Super GT, all coming up on August 3rd. So hopefully we'll see all of you coming up pretty soon. So much going on. Don't forget, we got the Gentleman's GP this week. We also have Midweek Madness happening this week, so that'll be a lot of fun. So thanks for hanging out, folks. You have a great day, and we'll catch you folks next time around. Bye now. Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a 5th grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTC TV and let us help you show the world your events.